Jaden Rashada, the man everyone's been talking about, kind of guy who makes national news so much so that people, that don't even know football go, "Hey, Woody, what's up with this guy and the 13 million? What's the deal?" So, what's the deal, Gorney? He hasn't signed. He's out of his letter from Florida. He can sign freely with anyone now, but we don't know what he's doing. Arizona State in the mix. Of course, his dad went to school there, and TCU, coming off a great season. What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, it's pretty much those two schools right now. Colorado had been rumored. There was rumors that I even, put out there that he was possibly going to visit there. He ended up at Arizona State that weekend, and they're making a run at him. Absolutely, this could fall into the Sun Devils' hands. I think Kenny Dillingham taking over that program, the offenses that he's run makes this very intriguing. And then TCU is the other school. They did not sign a quarterback in 23. There's an opportunity there. Max Duggan is leaving, and they're coming off of playing in the national championship, if you want to call that performance playing. But it looks like those two schools are really the only ones right now in the running. Now, does he sign Wednesday? I don't think that happens. His entire recruitment, ever since committing in the summer, to Florida and then flipping to Miami has been really, Miami and then flipping to Florida has really just been a complete mess. And we've been trying to figure it out. At the Under Armour game, when we talked to him, it looked like he and a bunch of the early enrollees were going to Gainesville, and it was all over. And he, thanked me for the years of talking to him and, covering him in recruiting. And it was great. And then, he never showed up in Gainesville. So I don't think anyone is fully confident that until he's literally on a campus and working with the football team that this is closed down. But it looks like a two-team race now between Arizona State and TCU.
Yeah, and the way the whole NIL thing, I mean, it seems like almost he's been cast by some people as a villain, but there's a lot of this is going to happen. A lot of it has happened and hasn't been reported, where we're not seeing stuff that was promised by collectives or whatever doesn't match up the amount that's supposed to be for the kids, and it's kind of leading to a lot of guys transferring. It's leading to a lot of situations like this. So this is not unique, right, based on what you're hearing?
No, not at all. I mean, this situation is a little irregular, but there are two sides to this story, and everybody that I've been doing radio with and all that kind of stuff and has been asking me about this situation. And I want to be fair to both sides here, because the way it's sort of been painted is that Florida has promised 13 million and then couldn't deliver it. That's not exactly what I've been told kind of happened. I had understood 6 was the number. And then some people came back from Rashada's camp and said 13 is the number we're looking for. 7 was thrown out there as sort of a middle ground, a negotiating ground. And then that wasn't accepted, and Rashada got out of his national letter of intent. Florida was not exactly fighting that. So no matter what side you hear from, you're going to hear a different story. But this is the situation we're in an NIL world now. There are stories like this that haven't been reported out. Some guys are coming in being promised money, then it's not being delivered. Some guys are expecting things and not getting it. Some guys are going into visits, starting with this discussion over NIL. And it's like Nick Saban said the other day, and he didn't name any names. I mean, anybody who follows this can kind of understand which 5-star this was about. But it's like, I have however many national championships. You're not going to come in here and just, blabber about money to me when I'm going to be developing guys for huge NFL contracts. So let's not let NIL get in the weeds of what exactly is going on here. But yeah, this has been one of the more ugly ones when it comes to NIL deals. But there are definitely other ones out there that haven't been as reported as much as it gets. So no, Rashada is not a villain. Florida probably isn't a villain. Somewhere in the middle, they both meet.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a few villains in my mind, so I'll keep those to myself. So we're gonna be chasing Jaden Rashada. Probably not going to get an answer on Wednesday, but you never know. So stay locked in to Rivals.com.